Are you ready for this?
Are you ready?
I feel weird
this?
holding a mic. I'm not used to a mic.
I feel like this is where I'm comfortable. I'm used to like mics being
you
like
got
this.
the singing vibes. Okay. Hello.
Hey,
How you doing?
how you doing?
How y'all doing?
This is it.
This is it.
This is a big moment.
This is a big moment.
Huge moment.
So let me just take a little control here and let's get this party started.
Perfect.
If you do not know me, my name is Catherine.
I'm Savannah. If you don't know me,
If you don't know us, there you have it.
now
That's
you do.
us. Now you know everything about us.
And this is Moose.
This is Moose. So I have my own podcast and you've been a guest on it for quite some time. And we decided today's our day to make our own. So for the last couple weeks, Savannah and I have been going back and forth of like, what the fuck do we name this thing? And then anytime you name something, you're like, okay, what's the purpose and the point behind this?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we kind of just both said we just wanted a fun podcast to like just be best friends and talk about anything and everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. My podcast is a little more structured with like what we're talking about. I think you and I are
We're just talking.
we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
Bleep that out.
Bleep that out.
Bleep that out. So anytime we record and when you've been on my podcast, I always, if I say something that I'm not allowed to say, or if I say a name or something, I always am like, bleep that out to my editors. And it's kind of just stuck and we thought it was funny. So the point behind bleep that out is we're not going to be bleeping anything out. But when we say something that should be bleeped out, we're going to be like, bleep that out. Like, we say that a lot of like bleep that out or like take that back or pretend I didn't say anything. That's kind of the vibe behind bleep that out.
It's going to be really confusing for Santino.
Yeah. My poor editors, they're going to be like, so am I bleeping that out? No, you're not. You guys just got to hear something that we shouldn't have said publicly.
And we probably will say that a lot.
Yeah. I love that.
That's what makes it fun. You got to come back every single week.
You got to come back every single week. So we're still going to have to figure that out. When are we releasing?
Yeah. And if we want to do it weekly, if we're going to do a short series.
I say we're in it for the long haul. You're stuck, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I got to get a contract written up.
I'm stuck with you.
If you're watching on YouTube, she's got a diamond band on her finger and it was for her birthday that I got for her. And I was like, this is it.
You're stuck for life. She cannot get rid of me now.
You might be married, but now you're doubly married.
I'm doubly married.
Sorry.
My poor husband. He's probably like, do I ever see you anymore?
So Savannah, give a little bit of a backstory. Let's just do a little bit of behind the scenes, like who you are, why you want to do a podcast. Maybe let me interview you. So if you know anything about me on Catherine Ebb's side, you probably know way too much about me because I just post anything and everything online. But what's so funny is Savannah's the exact same. Like, this bitch says whatever the hell she wants, and it's the funniest shit ever because she doesn't mean to be funny, and that's what makes it even funnier. But I think online you're so like professional and put together and like aesthetic, and I'm like, this bitch is a liar. She's a liar.
You're like, who is that?
I'm like, double tap, like it, but like, bitch, she was a liar.
Right. No, honestly, it's hard because before, when I first started kind of growing my social media during COVID, it was all geared towards aesthetic. So it was like a completely like a nurse page, which is why I had like Nurse Savannah Bread, and it was all nurse stuff. If you scroll further back, it's like, oh yeah, it was definitely a business page. Then after COVID, when I was in school, it was just getting too hard to keep up with all of the aesthetic stuff because I'd take so much time off for clinicals and everything. So I just turned it to a personal page, and now everyone gets to see my wild side, even my clients.
We were out celebrating her graduation last weekend, and her little brother was with us. And if you have a little brother, if you know, you know.
You know.
Savannah obviously does cosmetic injections for a living, but she also has had surgeries. You've been very open about your plastic surgeries or whatever. And so her little brother was like, I've seen way too much of my sister online than I ever wanted to see. He's like, I'm about to unfollow that bitch. Like,
literally.
He's like, oh, there's some ass. Oh, there's some titties.
And then he was like, it was so funny because he's like, and then you get mad, so I have to stay and I have to watch him through because otherwise it hurts your analytics. I'm like, thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Nathan.
He knows about the engagements.
He does. I'm like, you can't hurt me. I'm like, you're my sibling. You have to support.
Yeah.
Even if it means you're going to see my tits.
He said there's some ass. There's some titties.
Free the nipple is like a movement still.
Free the nipple is a movement.
Yeah. I mean, if
Not still, always.
if I raise my arms up too high, you might get a little show.
There's the titties.
They are out.
You just got him pierced, huh?
I did. Honestly, I was so...
You guys are learning a lot about her.
Yeah, I am really wild, to be honest.
I know. When I say that, like, what people see you online, they would not... You know what's funny? When what was I going to say? Oh, what was it? I was thinking about this yesterday. It's the fucking music. I think it's something about your music taste. I don't remember. Fuck, what was it? I'm going to think of it.
It's going to come to you.
It was the funniest shit ever because I was like, when I think of Savannah, I never in my wildest dreams would think that. Oh, I was thinking about you going to music festivals in like your little hottie toddy shorts and fucking, what is it, fishnets?
Yes, those were the days, those rave days.
I could never picture you at a rave.
Oh my gosh. I loved the outfits because I would literally bedazzle my own bras. It was like craft time and then I got to wear it out and no one else had it. It was like heaven.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah, it was like so
But
fun.
I couldn't imagine you like jumping up and down, head banging to fucking...
I was never a headbanger. That shit
Millennium.
hurts my neck just thinking about it, to be honest.
I know.
I'm like, but I definitely was... It's when you're in those like situations though, the crowd, you just like feel the crowd. So it's like no one cares
I don't want to feel that crowd.
But like no one cares about what they're doing.
Bleep
So
that
it's
out.
like...
I don't mean that in a mean way, but like I don't. Anytime I'm around people where it's like they got way more going on than I got going on, I don't want to feel nothing they're feeling.
So true, so true. But it's like with the music, like you feel the music, and everyone doesn't care about what they look like when they're dancing. So
Were you on drugs when you were there?
Yes, bleep that out.
Bleep that out.
There was some party
See,
favors.
that shit is the funniest thing to me because I could never picture you there, much less doing any of that stuff ever.
And honestly, it was that was like my party phase. Like 18, 19, 20 was my party phase. But I was still in business school. Like I was still doing school.
I love that for you, but yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was definitely a time of my life. I love that time.
I love that time for you.
But actually, when I did go to shows like that, that was the first time I got my nipples pierced and they did not heal. And it probably, looking back, it probably was due to all of that jumping around in those bedazzled bras, now that I think about it. That is probably why. I tried to heal those bitches for 2 years. They did not heal.
Best believe I'm still bejeweled when I walk in the room.
Mic drop.
Oh my god, that was so funny. Okay, we're gonna move on. So you're Savannah. What else about you? You're a nurse
phase of my life.
You're a nurse, a family nurse practitioner. So you're like basically a doctor.
Yeah, that's wild.
With her titties pierced.
Hey, you gotta keep them guessing. You never know what's under the clothes. Bleep that out.
Bleep that out.
I do.
I feel like high right now, and I'm not high, I promise you, but I just feel so funny because this is so funny to me that people are getting like a whole new
version of me,
side of you. I love this.
Oh, and this is the side that you see, so you're like, now is the time. Everyone gets to see this side.
I'm like, did you do drugs? My hoods, they do drugs.
Yes. Sorry, mom. Sorry, dad. But I did grow and learn a lot, and it was a good time. I wouldn't take it back. Looking back. Yeah.
Are your cha-chas all healed up now?
They feel better than they did.
If you're listening on a podcast platform and you can't see what she just did, she just had to feel her nips to make sure.
I did. But they felt great. Just
do you follow? Oh yeah. Avery Woods.
Yeah,
she's another influencer. She was just saying after she got her cha-chas lifted, she didn't feel it at all. Did you feel it?
So the first time I had them done, I did. It was the most painful experience I've ever went through in my whole life.
And then you've had a boob job since then.
Mm-hmm. And I lost sensation because for the reduction, they cut around the nipple.
Yeah.
So like definitely the sensation is lower. She pierced this side first and my adrenaline was pumping. So I was like, oh, that was nothing. Perfect. Then she got to this side and I was like, ooh, yeah. It hurt, but it wasn't as bad as it was when I was 18. When I was 18, I walked out of the piercing shop like this. Like I was like, I can't even let my shirt touch me. It hurt so bad.
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't do that. I passed out when I got my belly button pierced, and I have these, but I've had my ears pierced since I was like 3 weeks old, so I don't remember it. And then my belly button I passed out at.
That's so crazy to me. I numbed my belly button before I went in. Well, my mom did.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, mine was it didn't hurt. Like it hurt, but you know me with needles, seeing that big of a needle go in through, and like I watched it because like obviously it's right there, you can see it. Yeah, not my best of moments.
You know, I do get that. They do say the belly button hurts. I was numb, so I didn't feel the belly button. But the one that hurt, the tragus hurt too. That was fucking painful.
I would never get another piercing.
I love piercings because it's not permanent. Whereas like tattoos, I'm like, I probably am going to get some of my tattoos removed for sure.
I think you just get so used to what you look like with certain things, though, too. I couldn't imagine. Like, I like your ear stack on you, but I couldn't imagine it on me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, and I couldn't imagine you with more piercings either. Like, it just doesn't.
No, it's not my vibe.
No. And that's okay.
I debated on my nose for a long time before I wanted to get my nose job because I was like, oh, that'll distract people.
That actually is going to draw attention.
I know. Then
it.
I was like, then I grew up and I fucking realized I'm an idiot.
You're like, well, I don't want people looking there.
Don't bleep that out.
Drink break.
Yeah, when I went and got my belly button pierced, I was with my ex-boyfriend. I was like 18, 19. I don't remember exactly. But I literally was so like about to like pass out. I was so lightheaded that I was like, here, take my card, because I was trying to pay. And I was sitting there, like, I was standing at the counter. I was like, it's going down. Like, I'm yelling timber. This bitch is about to pass out.
You were standing up when you passed out?
Yeah. And I like handed him my card and I was like, can you pay for me? And I was like,
did they catch you or did you fall?
Yeah. And then he put me down on like the front entrance, like little.
I was going to say he would be an ex way sooner if he didn't catch you.
He should have been an ex way sooner. Actually, that boyfriend wasn't that bad. I feel like if I was still in Florida, I probably would have married him just because that's like life.
Yeah.
Down there.
That's kind of how it was. I feel like for me too, because I went to a private school. So it was just like,
you just get married.
You just get married.
You've never had another boyfriend at all?
No, I've had a couple boyfriends. I've had.
Oh my God, you whore.
I know.
Don't
bleep that out.
As I say, don't bleep that out.
No, I had like 2 in high school. Actually, 3 in high school.
Oh my God, you slut.
I know.
I only had 1.
Wow. Well, only 1?
Yeah, I dated him all.
Did you date him like the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay, well then that makes sense.
That's what I'm saying. If I was still in Florida, I would have married him because that's just like how that was kind of the same down there.
Yeah, because I dated
Southern and religious
16.
are very, very similar styles.
Yeah, and honestly, like, it's kind of. I feel like it's a great thing if it works for you. If not,
I would have been miserable.
Yeah. Well, and it's like
great guy. If he's ever listening, or like his family or friends, like he's a good kid, but like, or he was, but like,
just not your person.
I was not meant to marry him. No.
Do you think that there are more, like, you know how they say you have a soulmate?
Yeah.
Do you believe in soulmates, or do you think that you can have multiple?
I think there's multiple.
I agree, because it's like there's 8 billion people in this world, and you only see where you're at.
Yeah. Do you also believe in doppelgangers?
Oh yeah.
Me too. Raphael and I were just somewhere the other day and we were like, holy shit, that looks identical. And we were just talking about that, about how we really believe that there's like identicals out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Or people that are like even related, like distant relatives, but they look so fucking similar. It's insane.
This is going to sound so bad.
Bleep that out. Just be prepared. Bleep that out.
Be prepared to bleep this out. So being on TikTok, I'll get comments, like people will tag me on other people's videos and they're like, you look just like her. And they'll like tag me.
Oh no.
And I go to the page and I'm like, that hurt it, no.
You're like, oh, well.
I'm like, so you think I'm ugly?
You couldn't compare me to anyone else. There's 8 billion people in this world and you compared me to
then
her.
There'll be some where I'm like, oh, that was so nice. But I never know who to believe.
Right? Well, and
yeah, I don't know if I'm an ugly bitch or the hottest bitch to ever walk this planet because I've gotten both ends.
I mean, you're a well-rounded individual. That's all that matters.
Yeah. It's actually like, yeah, it's weird. When you start to get that, you'll be like, because I don't mean it to be offensive. Like, obviously, I think everyone is beautiful in their own ways. But when people compare me to somebody and I'm like, that looks nothing fucking like me at all.
Right.
I almost get like offended. I'm like,
oh, yeah. Because it's, well, and it's also like,
I sound like such a bitch.
No, but I get it though, because you have different standards of like how you view yourself and then how people view other people. I look like.
Anywho, bleep that out.
I cropped this shirt yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just thought I would tell you because you said you look like that. And I was like, I look like this. I cropped it yesterday. Gotta let the titties breathe. No tight clothing for these piercings.
That TikTok sound was a sound in like October. Do you remember it? It was like the titties is tittying.
Oh, yeah.
I made that and I was like, my caption was can't relate because I already cut mine off. Well, my dad saw that and he was like, Catherine, this is kind of vulgar to be put it online.
Oh, good thing he didn't follow my page because holy moly.
He would have too on his little iPad. Cute. He probably would have followed you. Savannah never met my dad. If you're new here, I lost my dad. Fuck, what was it? 9 months ago?
Mm-hmm.
So, and Savannah never met him.
I know. The Leo King didn't meet the Leo Queen.
Yeah, I don't know why, because you've been around for a long time. So it's like.
And there were situations like where I remember he was coming over to your house and you guys were going to go out, but like we would be on the phone. I think it's because we live so far. Yeah. I think that was probably it because I didn't come your way until we had been friends for a while because we would always meet in the middle.
Yeah. And then, so I had to tell you this too. So I was talking to Santino this morning because I was like, yeah, I might go over there and film. I don't know. And he was making fun of me because we didn't do it yesterday. And I was like, do you guys realize how far away we live from each other? I don't think people know it. It's like over an hour.
Yeah. And then if there's traffic, even longer.
Yeah. So I think that's funny when you think of, because we live in Minneapolis, we live in the Twin Cities. Well, not in Minneapolis. We live in Minnesota. You're on the far end of Minneapolis and I'm on the far end of St. Paul. So even though it's like the Twin Cities is considered to Minnesotans, it's 2 cities, but to the rest of the world, it's 1. Yeah. Like the Twin Cities is 1 city. It's not. But anyways,
it's 2 very big cities.
Right next to each other, like only 10 miles from each other.
Yeah.
But the cities are so large that like on each side, if you're on like the opposite side of it, you got to go through one downtown, then go through a second set of downtown.
That fucking tunnel gets me every time. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like in the winter. We're going to have to travel more.
We're talking about getting an office space, so that's a fun fact.
That'll be super fun.
I shared that on my Human 2 page last week, or on today's episode that came out, that I'm looking for an office space, but then you and I will film there too. I wonder if we could have found one in North Loop.
I was just thinking
not for the price point that they're at though.
No, and honestly, it's good for it to be closer to you anyway because you're going to be in there more. Like we're going to be doing our stuff once a week.
True.
So it's good for.
You're going to have to bring everything. Mighty Moo.
Oh, I'll always bring Mighty Moo. He's such a good boy.
As long as he just lays there.
And as long as he doesn't fart, because his farts smell real bad. Real fucking bad.
Maddie's farts are brutal too. So yeah,
there's that. Office Space, exciting. Your new episode came out today?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch it. Does it come out at midnight?
I don't know when Santino sets it to go live. I think.
Because I feel like that would make sense.
Either that or like 6, 7 a.m. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess I could log in and look.
I'm up at midnight, but I'm not up at 6 or 7 a.m.
Facts. What was I going to say to you? What was I just about to say to you?
I don't know.
We're talking about going to New York for New York Fashion Week. How do you feel there?
Oh, I'm so excited.
We've been on the fucking move, y'all. Her and I have been around the block this year.
Yeah.
And then we're going to Sweden in a couple months.
That's going to be so fun. I love Sweden. Oh,
I'm excited.
I'm going to text the one girl that I know there.
I've heard food sucks there. Is the food bad?
The food's bad. The food's not great. The ice cream's great. Ice cream.
Why wouldn't you have told me this before we booked it?
Well,
I like my food.
But I also went when I was like not even graduated from high school. So my taste buds are like completely different. Like I was such a plain eater back then. So like I wouldn't even eat like a sandwich. Like I wasn't that type of person.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. I was always like a picky eater when growing up.
We're going to have to bounce around to different countries and see what they got going on. Maybe we'll just fly. We'll go fly to Denmark to eat.
Denmark's food is fire. And actually, Sweden's food was good. Is the breakfast food I didn't like.
I don't like breakfast food in general.
Yeah, like there's like a meat paste. And I'm not a meat paste person.
You know, like when you drink coffee and then a energy drink and you get like bubble guts?
Uh-huh. Or your hands are like...
I wish my hands were right now. I'm kind of getting bubble guts. Bleep that out. I'm not tooting, I promise. I'm not tooting. But if it starts to...
Maybe it's Moo. Mighty Moo, what you doing?
Mighty Moo.
Oh, man. No, I'm definitely excited. I feel like Sweden's going to be so much fun. I'm excited to go with your mom. I think that's going to be fun. Fucking love that woman.
Really?
Yeah, Sheila's so fun.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's fun. But I mean, she's alright. If she's watching this, she's alright.
She's alright. We should make her buy us something when we're there.
Yeah. Wait.
What's she gonna buy? Connie would buy us something.
Connie would buy us something.
Sheila?
Yeah, Sheila. Sheila, save.
What are you gonna
save
buy
now?
us?
Because you bought her a Louis Vuitton
Yeah.
purse for her birthday. So, Sheila, I just graduated and my birthday was in July. So you have 2 things to stack up on.
And I am me, so I deserve it all.
And I am your daughter, so therefore buy me it all. I'm excited. Is Raphael excited to go?
I don't think he gives a single shit.
He's like, I'm just happy to be going somewhere.
No, he's actually probably not. He's probably not happy at all.
Does he like to travel?
No.
Coast
He
doesn't
does.
either.
Like, he likes to see new things. He does not like taking time off work. He does not like the actual travel process of getting on a plane, sitting there for hours on end. He doesn't like the stress, and then he does not like to spend the money.
I get that, especially now because I feel like flights got so expensive post-COVID. Like they used to be.
I feel like Europe trips used to be more expensive.
Yeah, I honestly, it's all a blur.
So when I went in February with everybody, our round trip tickets were like $500.
That's
Round
insane.
trip to Ireland.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Did you fly Delta?
No, Iceland Air. But still, like the flights weren't, it was not like flying Spirit to Ireland. It was literally like a Delta plane, but like basic Delta, not like Comfort Plus.
Do they partner with Delta?
No. I looked.
How did you find Iceland Air? I've never even heard of that airline.
That travel website that I'm signed up for.
Oh, that's so nice. That travel website's insane.
Yeah. So I'm signed up for Palmetto Travel. Like, this is not an ad or a sponsorship at all.
Nobody's going to get me because I'm definitely going to sign up for it
Right. No, don't, because just I can like forward you the emails. So basically what they do is they track like, you know, like Google Flights, how you can go see all the cheapest flights. So you go in and like put in like what are your primary airports that you're willing to fly out of. So obviously ours is MSP. I have Chicago and even like New York or Miami, because it's really cheap for MSP to fly to New York or Miami or even Chicago if need be. If like the connecting flights super cheap.
And those are all international, so it'd be easy to go.
Exactly. So like when we got Ireland, we had to fly to Chicago for $200.
That's right.
But our flights were already only like, I think Raphael's and my flight were like $400, $500, almost $500. So $700 altogether because we had to fly to Chicago. But it'll tell you like all the cheapest places during during September to May. It'll say
That's wild.
out of this airport it's $500 to go to Ireland. But that's how I found out through Iceland Air. I didn't care what airline was going. I was like, Ireland for $500, take me there.
Oh yeah, we should honestly like every couple months just peruse the website.
I get emails every day from it.
Even better.
Yeah, so it's like whenever you have something in mind. But that's the thing, when I travel I don't have a place in mind. I have a time frame in mind, and I feel like a lot of other people travel differently. They're like, oh, I want to go here specifically, and I'm not like that. I'm just like, nope, this is the time I want to go. I don't care where we go. And then I'll start to see those emails. I'm like, oh, okay, that fits that week. Remember I was texting you like a whole list of places that were decently cheap around that time.
I agree with you. I usually have like the days that I'm like, I want to go here or during this season.
Yeah.
But like I'll choose whatever's really available, or there's places that I have on my bucket list.
Yeah. And like eventually I'll get there, but I'm hoping it organically crosses off the bucket list.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have like, you know, those people that are like, oh, I only want to go to Bali. So they save all their pennies for the right time to go to Bali. Well, there's never going to be a right time. So I'm always like, okay, I know here's my budget. Here's the week that we have time to go. I don't give a fuck where we go because I want to start seeing new places. But granted, if I was like dying to go to Bali and I had to save every penny, like I would obviously probably travel a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But I'm not stuck to anywhere. I just want to go anywhere and everywhere. So I'm like, who cares?
I just want to experience the world.
Yeah.
The cultures.
And once you get to Europe, it's so cheap to travel from there.
Oh yeah. And honestly, I don't know how your experience was, but like were the people nice
Yeah.
in Ireland and stuff?
Yeah.
I've heard they're nice, but
Ireland's were fucking drunks and I loved it. Like literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner, people were drinking.
I love it. That is a vacation right there. I would join in for sure. But I don't like beer.
They had everything.
I feel like they're all like big whiskey and beer. Like they make so much beer and
Irish
whiskey.
whiskey's from there.
Yeah.
But and Guinness is from there. So like that's primarily what they drink, yes, but that's not all they have.
Didn't you go to the Guinness
It was
factory?
actually really fun.
That looked super cool.
Yeah. Raphael's always getting us in somewhere though, because he's so nice to people. We got like a free private pouring lesson, extra beers. Like it was wild.
Why does that not surprise me?
It's always Raphael.
Especially
going to Europe with him is so funny because he's the biggest fucker out
People
there.
think he's like an NFL player.
everywhere we go. Everywhere.
I believe it.
People are like, what team do you play for? And he's like, oh, I'm a swimmer. I swear to God. And then he just stares at them.
So funny.
Or he'll say he plays tennis. And they're like, oh, okay.
He should say he does like underwater basket weaving or synchronized swimming.
Underwater basket weaving.
That's an actual sport. It really is. I know. It shocked me too.
They basket weave underwater?
Uh-huh.
Pulls out phone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love how this was like a get to know us episode and it's pretty much just us talking. So it's basically like what we think the guidelines are going to be, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's just going to kind of be.
Let's maybe like try to set up things to talk about specific things. Like,
yeah, this is just kind of the first episode to kind of just chat it out.
Get to know us.
Get to know us. Get to know me a little more because you have all of your platforms.
Talking.
Honestly, I mean, we would be having this conversation
You're
off camera
irrelevant.
or on camera. See? It's a thing.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
The things that happen in the world are wild.
Some people are very, very bored.
Just us.
Literally. I'm like, wait a second. As I'm here holding microphones on a couch
I know, right?
on
It does
Thursday.
feel really weird to hold a mic compared to my normal stand.
I actually prefer holding it. The only thing is that sometimes when I get like, I talk and move, so I kind of bump my lips on here. So sorry, Santino.
Those lips are real nice and juicy.
Sometimes I don't know the capacity because they're just so filled, you know?
Do you think, I asked Raphael the other day, I was like, do you feel like you can feel my filler in my lips? Like that I have big lips? And he's like, no, but you do have fuller lips than when we first started dating.
You're like, so you do notice that, huh?
When I first came to you, so that's actually how Savannah and I met. Oh, I guess we could do that little story
Oh,
time.
yeah, we
Maybe
could do
people
that.
don't know that. So Savannah and I's worlds kept intertwining through Instagram over and over for quite some time. And you are a cosmetic injector, so like Botox, filler, all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I followed you because of that. And then I ended up like messaging you one time, like, how many units do I think I need? And now that I'm like friends with you, you're like, that's the most annoying question to ask an injector because like, one, you need a consultation, and two, like, are you even coming to me? So why am I answering your questions? You're not making me money.
Right.
Why am I helping you? Bleep that out.
You would also be so surprised how many people will message and like they don't follow, they don't anything. So it's like, why would I take that extra time to respond? Which I say that
She always responds though.
I really do try. I try.
No, because the bigger you get, the harder it's going to be. But anyways, so I ended up messaging her, and then a couple months went past. And I never went to you because I was traumatized.
And she unfollowed me. So can I just like throw that in
I
there?
did. I unfollowed all like injectors, except for like maybe one or two. I think I maybe still followed that one
Yeah.
company from out here, because that was like the place to go. Anyways, so maybe we can spill deets there. The drama behind that place. Anyways, so I ended up unfollowing all injectors, and then a couple months later, I think you messaged me and was like, I would love to do complimentary Botox for before your wedding.
Yeah. Because that was so. I feel like when I first saw your page, I don't know if I was following you or not at that point, or vice versa, but you came on my For You page the very first time, and you had
Like on TikTok or Instagram?
no on Instagram.
Okay.
Not or like it's For You page, right? Or what do
The
they call
Explore
it?
page.
The Explore page. So you came up on there.
God, get it right.
I know.
What fucking influencer are you?
Honestly, not a very good one at this point. I need to finish this first.
Clearly, dearly, and sincerely.
Huh?
Clearly, dearly, and sincerely.
I was like, that was said way too
Okay.
fast for my brain to comprehend. But anyway, I saw you on the Explore page, and you had, I want to say, it was like not even 10,000 followers. Like it was like,
Because by the time I came to you, I had just hit 10K.
yeah.
So by the time you messaged me, which was a couple weeks before that, I'm sure I didn't have that.
And now look at you. And now she can't get rid of me. Now I'm going everywhere with her.
Yeah.
And now we're for life.
For lifers.
For life.
Yeah, so I ended up going in for Botox. You did my little sprinkle. Then I booked an appointment for getting my lips dissolved because mine were so bad. And then I got them dissolved. We did a little more Botox right before the wedding.
Did we add to your lips before the wedding?
I don't think so.
I couldn't remember.
I don't think so. Maybe a little itty bitty bit.
Maybe a tiny bit. We had to let them heal though from the migration and stuff, which is normal.
Yeah. I would have to go back through my photos. But anyways, you've been around since then, ever since I left there. And I was like, Raphael, I feel like I could be really good friends with her.
Yeah. Literally. I said the same thing when I got home. I was like, wow, I feel like feel like this actually like we
Isn't
could
that
be
weird?
friends."
Because have you ever been friends with any of your clients?
No, and this is the sad part. I have a lot of amazing clients, my age, older, younger, and they're all are very sweet people. They want to go out, they want to do things, but I try to keep that professional boundary.
Yeah, but what's weird is like, what was different about me?
I
like how
honestly-
things just like feel right, and you're like, oh, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, I honestly, when we started talking and all of our similarities of our lives, our backgrounds, just so much, I was like, I've never met someone so similar, yet completely different, but like so similar, you know, like our paths.
So you think I'm different?
You're unique. Bleep that out.
Don't bleep that out.
No, but honestly, I felt like with just all of the weird situations, like my sister, right actually before I met you, or after, yeah, right before I met you, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And so that was like new for our family. And then that was a touch point when we started talking about it. I was like, oh, crazy.
One of my brothers has type 1 diabetes.
Yeah. So it's just like, there's just so many little things where I'm like, wow, I can like actually talk to you about more things than just superficial stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, I can talk a lot.
Diabetes.
You knew that diabetes gonna get you.
You got to get your H1C together, girl.
A1C.
Whatever the fuck.
A1C. Yeah, actually, facts.
Yeah, and we've literally been friends ever since. We got the husbands together for like our first double date, like a couple weeks later, and then
I honestly don't even remember them ever being there.
the bitch
to
has
be
been around
honest.
the block. Yeah, they're always our plus ones.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, we just do our own thing. They just follow.
That's
to
why
make
I got her a
sure.
diamond ring. This is my wife.
Yes. Work wife. You know.
People have been asking her on your like when you do questionnaires, because you do weekly questionnaires.
Yes, I just started this week. It was so fun.
No, you did that last week, and now you're trying to
Yeah. Make it
lock
more
into
consistent.
every week. You're doing Tuesdays. Talk it out Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm. Talk it out Tuesdays.
Talk through your titty Tuesday. Titty Tuesday.
Leave that out.
Anyways, one of your questions she keeps getting is, are you even married? Because your
know.
page is literally just me.
Literally, I'm like, it's you and Moose,
And Moose,
that is
yeah.
it. Literally. Well, and it's so he has never been someone who likes that like attention, which is so weird.
Your husband or Moose?
Oh, Moose loves attention. He's like his mama for sure.
Right.
He is Leo energy, 100% through and through.
Yeah. You've raised him to be that.
Yeah, my outgoing, very, very, very vocal boy. But no, Coast does not like being on social media. So I'm like, I respect it. As long as you don't say what I can and can't do, fine. Because I'm still going to post.
Ash and titties.
I'm
Ash and titties.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties.
Your brother's like, please stop.
Literally, after I had my surgery, so I had liposuction back in October 2022, and I posted the full video. Like, there's a video of me on the operating room table. The minute my brother saw that, he was like, I think I'm going to report your page. He's like, I think I have to report your page. I was like, Nathan, this is educational. Like, no.
He said, bleep that shit out.
He's like, I don't want to see that. He's like, your nipples were covered up with like a piece of paper that was like the size of like a gum wrapper. What is going on?
Big sister vibes.
Right. Well, and what's even fucking worse is now Coast was there for that conversation. Whenever we fight, he's like, oh, well, I'm just going to go report your page as like a joke. And I'm like, don't you fucking dare. I swear to God.
Sad.
He means it in a joking way.
No, but I was just thinking about that. You don't violate guidelines, though.
No. Well,
You know how many nurses and doctors are out there promoting their surgeries that they're doing all nonstop? Like, I've
Yeah.
seen people in like literally the doctors are performing the surgery. I'm like, bleh.
some of those are so. Actually, I did ask if he could take a video in surgery, and he said no. Actually, he didn't ever give me an answer now that I think about it. But I really wanted to see it. I had liposuction once. It was called Smart Lipo, and I was awake for it. And so I could actually watch the fat being sucked.
Okay, Sienna,
Out.
please stop. Bleep that out. I need to bleep that out of
So
my own
interesting.
brain. Stop. Please. Stop. I need to literally bleep that out of my entire brain. That is disgusting. Please do not say that again.
It's so normal for me.
We're talking about my nose job this morning because I scheduled a nose job. And this bitch is trying to tell me everything that they're about to do while I'm under. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. If I can't feel it and I'm asleep, I don't care and I don't need to know. Because my anxiety is like, whoa.
For me, I'm like, it's just so normal that I forget that people get so sensitive with it. But
It freaks me out.
I get that.
We were at the dentist the other day and they were like showing us scans of our teeth, and like even that freaks me out.
Really?
Like the body just is so weird to me. I could never be a nurse ever.
Oh.
Or like anything in the medical field. Like I could not even be the receptionist at a hospital. Like I cannot.
Do you get like queasy with blood?
Yes, I will pass out.
Even like seeing it on TV? Like do you watch like true crime shows or anything?
Have you ever watched a movie with me where it's gory? No.
No.
So right now we're watching Power every night. This is me.
I did not know
No,
that
I cannot
about
do
you.
it. I cannot do it. Wow. It literally is like, I'm like, no, literally.
Honestly though, when I was 18.
Or like watching people die. No. People get hurt. No. Those videos, you remember like AFV where it'd be like little kids doing something stupid and they would get hurt? No. Fuck no. I cannot watch that shit. That is not funny to me.
I do get that though. When I was 18, right when I started nursing school, I actually went to shadow my mom for a day. And I had to sit there with my head between my knees because I was going to pass out watching her poke people. And now I poke people for a living. So, you know.
No, I can't. It freaks me out beyond all belief.
I feel like that's a really normal thing. Like most people are afraid of needles, blood, all that type of stuff. I could never be a traditional nurse.
I feel like I know this is going to sound cuckoo. Maybe you're going to validate this or tell me I'm psychotic. I feel the people's pain.
No, I 100% get that. 100%.
It is like when I was a kid, my mom would literally make sure like if one of my brothers got hurt, she would be like, you need to go, like make sure Catherine doesn't come in here. There was one time my older stepbrother, he's no longer my stepbrother, but he went to kick somebody. Like he got in a fight, right? And it was outside our house. I was probably like, I don't even know. He was like older teens, maybe like even past 18. But anyways, he went to kick this kid, but the kid was like standing against a car and the kid ducked. And so my stepbrother's leg went through the window and like kicked the window, and his entire calf, it sliced like down to the bone. Like the muscle was hanging out. Yes. And he came inside the house and starts putting it together with butterfly Band-Aids.
Oh my God. I would pass out. I would definitely pass out.
No, that's literally how he handled it. And like, that was it. My mom was like in the bathroom and I came in and I saw it and immediately my leg hurt and I passed out. I was like, yeah, no, I cannot see that. I cannot do that. Like I still to this day, like I can vividly remember that moment, like the day that it happened and like looking at his leg and me being like, ugh. And immediately I looked in the bathroom mirror because they were in the bathroom. I looked in the mirror and I was like, gotta go.
I hate that feeling too. Right before you're like gonna pass out, you can tell your vision starts to go and it gets like tunneled and you're like, oh fuck, this is happening. This is the real deal.
I don't like passing out. Like I don't get why your body passes out. Like what's the point in it?
Honestly, that's a really good fucking question. And
you know
I should know.
Like why does your body shut down? Because it doesn't, like passing out doesn't kill you. No. If anything, it like recovers you enough to get your shit back together.
I want to say it's, and honestly, we never talked about that in school. So I have no idea, but that's a really good question. I want to say it has to do with your adrenaline and like just that, like it's a vasovagal response for sure. Because that's like when you stand up too fast and you feel lightheaded, it's like that vasovagal, like your body takes time to like adjust. But I feel like that's the same with passing out.
I don't get it.
Because you get so like worked up.
Like I could get it if like you didn't pass out and you just got really lightheaded. Like lightheadedness, I understand because it's like the blood movement. Mm-hmm. But I don't understand passing out.
I actually don't either. And I've only passed out once, and it was when my brother fell on my head.
Oh, I passed out so many times in my life.
It's and when I got my blood drawn. That was not fun.
Like it's normal. I know when I'm about to pass out. I'm like, yep, nope, I'm passing out
That's a good thing though, because then you can catch yourself, because otherwise it could be way worse. I will never forget, speaking of gory stories, my dad was outside cutting trees, and
gross. I can already tell it's about to be
It was
bad.
him and my uncle. It was me. I think my sister and brother were home. My mom was at work. And all of a sudden my uncle comes running into the house, like screaming. He's like, I need towels. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I was like 10. Like I couldn't even drive. Come out.
I couldn't even drive.
My dad's sitting on this like bench and like holding these towels. This motherfucker put this branch over his knee and cut right through
my God. He did not do that.
He did twice. Different occasions. Same knee. Different occasions.
That's just good knee.
I know. I'm like,
that's just cut knee.
I'm like, dude. I was like, first of all, you are bone on bone in your knee from the military. Then you go cut it with a chainsaw twice.
The one time that it ever happened where I couldn't pass out was when it was Raphael. Did I ever tell you the story when he sliced his hand open?
No.
we were renovating our house. We had just moved in. We didn't even move in. Like, this is like, we were gutted at this point.
This was before your wedding or after?
Before. Yeah, it was before. And there was like a paint roller brush in it's like the roller thing.
Yeah.
But you know, like when the paint dries, it gets stuck on the roller.
Yeah.
So he was trying to cut off the dried paint with a box cutter.
Smart.
So
Very smart.
He's holding it and he's slicing it. Mind you, it's a roller. So he went like this, sliced straight through his thumb. It was like the tendon was hanging out. And
it was bad.
I'm like, it was, Savannah, when I tell you it was spewing, like it wasn't just dripping blood. It was literally like.
Did you go grab the butterfly Band-Aids?
No, I called my mother. I FaceTimed my mom. I was like, I need you to look at his cut because I cannot look at it because all I saw was the spewing blood.
Oh.
Like, Savannah, it was literally pulsating. Like, I was
just
like
spurts.
Oh my God.
That
Anyways,
makes me gross.
So I FaceTimed my mom and I'm like, tell me if he needs to go to the hospital. Because Raphael immediately was like, no, it's fine.
No, that's a hospital run.
I could not even look at it. I have a photo in my phone. I would have to go find it. I took a picture of myself because I knew I was going to pass out, but I couldn't go look in the mirror. My whole face is like, I was
Ghostly.
white. I was sweating. I sat down on our stairs like this, just like, okay, I got to get it together because I have to drive him to the hospital right now.
And he's over there just like.
I drive him to the hospital. Mind you, we had nothing there. So we put paper towels and like painting tape around it. We get there, we go back in, and they're like, okay, we could stitch it up or we could glue it. The fuckers glue this shit. They glue his hand together. I'm literally going to pass out talking about this. We need to talk about something else.
Okay, let's change
I'm
the topic.
getting I knew right away. I was like, uh-oh, I'm getting lightheaded here.
You're like, I can't talk about it anymore. Let's move on from the gory subjects.
Anywho, yeah, that ain't for me.
Heck no. But no, let's basically every week, let's talk about what this will be.
Yeah.
Because we really haven't even talked about it either. I think that it'll just be kind of like this, but we should come up with topics.
Yeah.
And just kind of figure out what we want to do.
I think every week we should let people decide.
Oh, shit.
So
that could be very dangerous.
No, I think it'd be so fun. Every week we do like an open box of like what should Savannah and I talk
fun.
about. We pick like 4 or 5 topics and we cover them.
And then
it could be like they need advice. They want to hear a funny story.
I think it's perfect.
They want to know our nastiest, dirtiest crimes we've committed.
Make sure you're sitting down for that one.
Yeah. I think so. Right now, the goal is to host everything on I Think I'm Human 2's social media page. Mm-hmm. So I've said this before on like my own podcast platform. My podcast business holds I Think I'm Human 2, and now it will also hold Bleep It Out. So I'm going to run everything through the socials until we get solidified and like our feet on the ground here, and then we'll start building up our Bleep That Out socials. But for now we'll have it on Human 2 stuff until we get to there.
That's perfect.
You've already locked in the names though on social media, right?
Yeah, I saved both Instagram and TikTok.
We can even start maybe sit down with Santino and talk about it, about how we want to build that, if we should just maybe start there.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that. So as of right now, if you're listening and hearing this, that means that this episode is live. As of this moment, I Think I'm Human 2 is where you would find us. And then we'll make the announcement when the other page goes live. It's already taken, so you can't steal the name, y'all.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It is ours.
It's mine and hers and hers and mine. Anyways, what else do you want to get out? Anything now that I feel a little bit better, that I'm not lightheaded?
Yeah, I know. You look a little, your color came back, so that's
I
good.
literally was like right away. I was like, uh-oh.
I saw you lean back and I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good.
I'm telling you, I can't do it. I literally can't even watch it on TV.
Is there a nurse anywhere? Because I don't know.
Nurse Sabrina Brennan?
No, I actually have been thinking about changing my Instagram handle. That's
you should.
new. I know, but I don't know what I would change it to. You know?
Savannah Brennan?
Yeah, but like.
Sucks. Rocks. Bleep that out.
I was about to say something else.
Shucks. Actually, you don't do that either.
No, I have lip filler. We gotta save the lip filler, folks. Priorities.
Raphael's gonna hear this and be like, wow, I'm a lucky man.
Actually, the thing is it's like I totally do.
Bleep that out.
Don't bleep that out. That's staying on. Sorry, Raphael. He's gonna hate this.
I can't wait.
Honestly, I don't even think that Coast will listen to it, so I can say whatever I want.
I can't wait. Can you imagine us doing live shows one day?
Oh my gosh, I think that's gonna be so fun. I'm a big like social person. Like I love being out. Like I feed off of other people's energies.
Yeah.
So I think that the live shows will be so fun.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for this podcast. I wanted to start a podcast while I was in school for like aesthetic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just decided not to because it was obviously too much going on with school.
Yeah.
But now that school is done and this opportunity arose, it was like it was meant to be.
I love that.
I'm excited. I'm very
Cheers.
excited.
Cheers to bleep that out.
Cheers. With our energy drinks.
Yeah.
Our coffee and then our energy drinks.
Cheers.
Cheers. No, I definitely am ready to get this up and rolling. That is for sure.
I love it.
But yeah,
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Thanks for listening. Tell us if we suck.
Honestly, we probably do, but remember, this is the first episode.
If people got this far,
You're the real MVP. The real MVP.
free lip filler on Savannah.
We can discuss options.
Free.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God,
God, bleep that out. I was kidding.
All of my DMs just. I listened to the podcast.
I love your podcast.
Be like, what part did you hear? The free lip filler part. Okay. Well, bleep that out.
Bleep that out. I can't believe we're going to take this to New York with us. We're going to New York for New York Fashion Week in a couple weeks, literally 2 weeks.
Literally.
And we're taking it with us.
It's just exciting because I feel like what the purpose of why I wanted to do it this way is because one, you and I do everything together. So I'd rather have it be like both of our experiences. But then I think it's kind of nice to have almost like a longer form where it's like social media, you get to see little clips, but it's like, this is like, you guys are in the conversation. Like we
get real gossipy, to be honest.
Oh,
I feel like girls get really gossipy, but you and I are like, not even like about random shit, but it's like, to you guys is going to be random shit because it's like relevant to our actual lives.
yeah.
But yeah, we're really gossipy. It's
And then we
funny.
have ADHD on top of it. So our brains are like, little pinball machine. Our conversations are every which way.
Bleep that out. See you next week.
See you next week.